All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another random live session on YouTube in a dimly lit office. Just wanted to hop on here again, talk to you guys, get to know you guys a little better. Lives are my favorite part of the YouTube experience. Love getting to know you guys a little better and giving some tips and tricks. If you guys have any questions about eBay, business in general, or about my personal life, you guys can ask me anything. Just go ahead and put it in the chat and we will get to those. Before I get to some questions, I just wanted to start this off with a 2 to 5 minute spiel like I usually do. The title of this video is called How to Be a Top 1% eBayer. So I just want to break that down for you guys. To be the top 1%, first you got to be the top 10%, right? And to be honest, unfortunately, this is the reality of the world we live in. To be in the top 10%, all you got to do is show up every single time. That's it. That's really all it takes, is to just show up every single time and you're immediately in the top 10%. That's what happens with all aspects. If you want to be in the top 10% of basketball in your school, play basketball every single day and show up to every single practice. In my pest control door-to-door knocking field that I did for 5 years before doing what I'm doing now, the guys that made the most money and got the most accounts knocked every single day and knocked all hours of the day. I would consider myself pretty good at that. I was pretty good at that job, but I would get like 4 sales today and then 12 sales tomorrow and then only 2 the next day. And then I wouldn't work the next day and then I'd get 6 the next day, and I was just all across the board. But the guys that showed up every single day may have gotten lower numbers than me day to day, but they worked every single day. So the first step in becoming the top 1% is becoming the top 10%, which is just showing up. If you just show up every single day, you'll be in the top 10%. How do you show up every single day in the eBay world? You list every single day. The more consistent you are, the better your business is going to be. Not just because it pleases the algorithm, but because it teaches you to be a better business owner. You progress every single day. You get better every single day just by showing up. Now, if you want to be the top 10% of that 10%, which is the top 1%, what you're going to need to do, let me talk about this first. I think you can be in the top 5% by trying every single day. So if you want to be in the top 10%, you got to show up every single day. And then to be in the top 5%, you actually have to try. How do you try? You try to learn every single day. So you show up to work every single day to be in the top 10%, and then you try while you're there to be in the top 5%. So you got to ask questions. You got to do research. You got to ask yourself, how can I improve by 1%? How can I improve this aspect of my business by 5%, 10%, 20%? You got to show up, and then you got to try. And then to be in the top 1%, you really, really, really have to be passionate about it. I think that it's kind of a hoax when people talk about passion in business. They say, if you're not passionate about it, then you're not going to be good at it, or you're not going to make a lot of money doing something. And I think that's kind of BS. You can be passionate about woodworking, but a lot of people are never going to be passionate about marketing, about hiring and firing, about doing brand deals, about shipping, about returns. You don't have to be passionate to be a great business owner or a great entrepreneur. You just have to show up. You have to work really hard. And then to be the top 1%, I truly believe that you have to be actually hungry and passionate and just want to be the best. But that's really encouraging to me. To be in the top 10%, to be better than 90 out of 100 people, you just show up every single day, no matter what. And the way you do that on eBay, it's really easy to show up every day if you have scheduled listings or a draft bank, because even if you go into surgery, You still showed up and got your listings in for the day because you did all that work previously. So you can be consistent every single day. Top 10% shows up every day. Top 5% tries to learn as every single day. And the top 1%, you have to be extremely hungry and do whatever it takes to learn those advanced tips or to talk to those people that will increase your business. You got to do all those things. So just a quick little rant. Just show up. All you got to do is show up and learn, and you guys will be good to go. But now to my favorite part of my YouTube channel, answering questions, just talking with people, getting to know you guys. So let's go ahead and dive into these questions and see what you guys got going on. Sarah says, finally catching one live. Have to list while this is going on, but excited to be just listening. Yep, that's how I did it. When I first started YouTube, when I first started eBay, I would look up the longest videos possible, or I would hop into people's lives and I would listen while I worked. So I was right there with you. How do you know when you hit the top 1 or 10 or 10? Sorry. How do you know when you hit the top 10 or 1%? If you've gone to work every single day, you'll know that you're in the top 10%. There's no need to question that. Just look around you, and there isn't going to be 90% of the workforce isn't going to be with you every single day. And all you got to do is show up to know that you're the top 10%. And then from there, it really is numbers based. You can see, oh, okay, I'm actually getting better and better at this each day. And that's how you know that you've made it to the top 5%. And then to be in the top 1%, you have to be very, very competitive, which not a ton of people are. And that's why the 1% is the 1%, because you have to be extremely competitive to get there. You have to make a lot of sacrifices. And I think you can get there on skill and grit alone, but it definitely takes a lot of sacrifice. So a lot of people are just saying evening and hi. Thanks so much for coming out, guys. I really appreciate these. If you guys have any questions about eBay, business, my life, anything in general, go ahead and ask them, and we can answer those for you guys today. So it says here, do you ever add to a listing, then change the photos, or just make another listing altogether? I never add to listings. I never like delist and relist, if that's what you're asking. I make my listing once, and it goes on sale, or it sells. I never delist and relist. I'm so glad I ran across you. Thanks. Really appreciate it. That's awesome. This is my first garage sale summer. Do you stock up on items to list throughout the winter? I list everything I get. So I have never had a death pile. I think the most items I've ever had unlisted at one time is like 70, and they all got processed like the next day. So yeah, I'm just constantly getting stuff and listing stuff. So I always have pressure on me to get enough items each day, which is relatively hard in my location, but there's no excuse for that whatsoever. So I've just learned how to make connections with people to get extra product and how to source online. But yeah, I don't have to stock up because I list it when I get it. So the keywords. Yeah, a lot of people know me from the keywords video. Thanks for coming. When I asked about Pirate Ship yesterday, I meant, would you use Pirate Ship if you did not have the credit card rewards? No, I would just use eBay. It's a lot simpler. But because of the credit card rewards, I use Pirate Ship. SEO is to get seen, not noticed. Keywords are everything. Yep. SEO and keywords make the big bucks. Based Hillbilly, love the name. Says, I have a few totes of winter stuff that was good deals, so I've been stashing them back. I'll list them now if I were to run out of stuff to list. Yeah. So list I don't do like in-season, out-season listings. I know a lot of people do because most people don't have as aggressive of a goal as I do, which is fine. So if I was only listing 3, 5, 7, 10 listings a day and I had 300 items, then I too would wait on the sweaters and jackets. But because I have such an aggressive listing goal, when it comes in, it gets processed. Even whether it's a ski goggles in the summer or a ski jacket, I list them all. And swimsuits I list in the winter. I list it all. I'm passionate about the job I work at as a paraprofessional working with 4-year-olds. eBay is a fun outlet to make up the difference for food, gas, and rent. Yep, that's awesome. A lot of people have that full-time job that they love, and they just have eBay as like a hobby that makes you money, which is awesome, or even a side hustle. A lot of people talk crap on like hobbyists. That like, I mean, what there's this book that says you should always have a hobby that makes you money and a hobby that brings you pleasure. And so it's like, yeah, hobbies can make you money too. Do you do anything else for income outside of eBay? Yeah, this YouTube channel is making me some good money already. Every time you guys see an ad, I get like 0.8 cents. And then a lot of people have been using my Amazon affiliate store. You can see that in the banner of my YouTube page. That's awesome. Someone just bought a $200 Rollo printer from my Amazon affiliate, and then someone bought a $400 Husky shelf, which was awesome. And then people buy a bunch of stuff like that. I also, many of you guys know, I had a pest control company that I sold the majority of, but I still keep a few accounts that I do. So I make money from that. And then my wife is a type A personality. She can't just sit still and do nothing. So she is a D1 athlete. She plays soccer for our college here in town. And when she is out of season, she works at the hospital and the center here in town, and she trains young athletes to grow up to be like her, which is really awesome. And like I said, she's type A. She graduated with a bachelor's degree just barely at the end of this semester, and she did it like a year and a half early because she's an animal. She's awesome. So those are my revenue streams: eBay, YouTube, pest control. My wife works part-time. Then I also have an investment portfolio that pays dividends and all that good stuff as well. Oops. Yep. Okay, sweet. So I answered that. There's 58 of you guys here in the first 13 minutes. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Stick around for as long as you like. Ask as many questions as you like about any topic. I think there's a website that actually tracks eBay sellers for rankings in sales. Don't remember it offhand, but I've seen it before. Yeah, I think it's called topratedseller.com, and you can see where you rank. Last time I checked, I think I was like 8,000. It's a little skewed because some people sell a small amount of things every day for like $400, and then a bunch of people sell 400 items for like 78 cents. So it doesn't take that into consideration. All that it takes consideration into is how much feedback you get every day. So if you're shipping out 6 items a day and you only get 1 or 2 feedback, but you made $1,200 because the items were really good, I would rank you much higher over someone that sold 40 items for 40 cents. But if you sell 40 items, you're going to get a ton more feedback, so you're going to rank higher on that website. So let me see if I can find, I'm going to type into here top rated seller ranked. Yeah, so it's just called topratedseller.com. I'm going to look up my store, which is 21 J-Ride. And I am just outside of the top 10,000 stores in eBay. So there's 10,000 people that have more feedback than I do. I have tons of Barbies and accessories that were my daughter's. Yeah, those can be pretty good. I think I don't have any experience selling Barbies, but I see from other YouTubers and stuff that sometimes the accessories sell more than the dolls. So make sure you're looking those up as well. I really need help with my eBay Shopify account. I'm somewhat new to all this. I've been a slave to retail rat race for the past 22 years, and as of this year, I'm free. That's awesome that you're free. You need help with your eBay and Shopify account. I've done a little bit of Shopify. I've done some drop shipping from Shopify. I've never done drop shipping on eBay. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let us know and we can all help you out. I struggle with the same question about the listing and adding to listings, doing vintage and old items that I can't find something similar on or know the exact worth. Yeah, so you just got to fill it out. and put it up there. Some people like to start high, but there's a ton more research that you can do. I don't know if you were here when I made the example of a baseball signed by a lower tier no name player. That's rare because that no name player's signature isn't super desirable, but you can look up different baseballs from other lesser known baseball players that have sold. You can kind of gauge the value that way. But yeah. Good evening. I live in Salt Lake City. I find cool with the label cut. What does that mean? Usually it means that it was, I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of times it just means that people are irritated by the tag and so they cut it off. Or sometimes companies do that when they have new clothing they didn't sell and they don't want to necessarily dilute their brand, so they cut the tags off before they donate them or give them away. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm really losing on something. I'm really losing on something big items, yet I'm kind of at a standstill moving my product. The majority of my items at this point. Any pointers? I don't understand your question completely. You're losing on something big items, yet I'm kind of at a standstill moving my product. Are you saying you're not selling your big items? If you want to try to rephrase that, I'm not the smartest guy, so you can try to rephrase that so I can understand it more. Hi, what would you do if an old active post is dead with no views? What mistakes could have been made? You got to break it down and look at the title. So a lot of times they're titled improperly. Sometimes there's this new feature on eBay where if your item is too cheap, then they bury it. So watch this. This might be hard for you guys to see, but I'm going to type into here Tommy Bahama shirt. Okay, Tommy Bahama shirt into eBay. Oh wow, this is going to be rough. Bear with me here. I go to filter and I go to sold items, and then I sort lowest price plus shipping. Okay, so there's one for $3, $5.99 plus shipping, and it says, we've streamlined your search results to show you the best listings. Would you like to see more? When you click on this, you find even cheaper results. I'm in the solds here. But yeah, so some people's listings are so cheap that eBay buries them because, you know, they don't make a big enough profit off of it, and neither would you, or they think, oh, the listing is so cheap it seems scammy and things like that. So you got to price your items at a good value as well, or else they're going to get buried. There's a ton of different reasons, but you got to make sure that you understand how people are searching for your items. So if you have an item that you've titled incorrectly, that's usually why. The second reason why is because your item is priced way too high or way too low. Another way is one of the biggest mistakes people make is they type in rare, we'll do a rare Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, and then when eBay autofills the what's it called, the item specifics, instead of putting Polo Ralph Lauren as the brand, they put rare as the brand, and then it's significantly harder to find, so little to no people see it, and so it just never sells. So you gotta title your items correctly, you got to price them correctly, and then you got to make sure that the item specifics are on point too. Hi, everyone. Hey, good to see you guys here. Posh Mishmash says, do you offer combined shipping for buyers purchasing more than one item? Of course. If so, is that set up automatically, or do you need to send an invoice with a shipping discount? I have my store set up to where if people buy like items, then it's usually automatic. But if they buy things with calculated shipping, it's really hard to give like accurate shipping quotes. So like if someone buys 5 shirts that all go first class, I charge them $5.87 for the first shirt, and it's just another 99 cents each shirt after that is automatic. But then if they throw in, for some reason, they also want a subwoofer on top of that, then it won't do it automatically, and I have to create an invoice with an updated shipping policy, with an updated shipping amount. Scorpion says, if I'm worried about more inventory coming in and want to steadily list with 150 items to list. Should I play it safe and only list a few a day for consistency, or list more a day and not worry? So don't overdo it so you can't continue to list consistently. But if you're listing 5 a day every day, it's okay to do like 20 or 30 or 40 in one day if you'd like to. It's not going to hurt your store. What hurts it is when you do 150 in 3 days and then you stop for like 4 days. So if you want to do like, if you're doing 5, 5, 5, 5, or 10, 10, 10, 10, and then you want to go 10, 10, 40, 40, 40, and back to 10, 10, 10, that's okay. It's not going to hurt you over the long run. Just make sure that you don't dip below that 10. That's where you start to run into issues, in my opinion. It looks like Andy's having a conversation in the chat. Good, love to see it. I bought the lights off of your Amazon link. They work awesome. Highly recommended. Yeah, I think, Sunny, you were the first ever Amazon affiliate purchase, which was awesome. So I have a picture of that thing to put up in my office as well. Yeah, she bought the Lingco lights in my affiliate store in my channel. They're good lights. Glad they worked well for you. My question is, would it be better to sell as a lot or separately from my daughter's hoard of Barbies? The thing is, resellers buy it when they get it free by saying it was not as described. So I would take the time to look them up specifically, because some Barbies are worth 80 cents. Some of them are worth $80, and some of them are worth $80,000. I'm sure you don't have the one that's worth that much though, but a lot of them are going to vary in price. So I would take the time to list the higher priced ones individually. That's going to require some research on your part, but you're going to learn a lot about the Barbie niche. And now when you pick them up in the future, you're going to know what to look for. So it's going to slow you down a little bit, but you're going to make more money and you're going to gain more from the experience. And then the low end ones that only sell for $5 to $10 each, I would lot up. And so if I had 10 of them that are worth $10, then I would sell those for $40, because it's usually a reseller that buys lots. You may find, a grandma or a mom that wants to buy a ton of them for their children or grandchildren, but lot buyers on eBay are usually resellers. So you got to give them a deal so that way they make some money and you make some money. That's my recommendation there. Do you think background surrounding affects sales much? Absolutely, I do. I'm considering having such instant focused action that I picture and list while still in the store, but maybe that's a mistake. No, so all you got to do is make sure that it's an accurate representation of your item. So when we sell used items, especially, which I believe most of the people that watch this channel are, a lot of people go back and forth on if you should use a white background or a gray background or outside on your table in front of some grass and flowers. You just want an accurate representation of pictures. What I mean by that is, if you sell a new item with a white background, especially an edited one where it's like floating in white, a lot of people perceive that as a new item. And then you get more returns because people say, thought this was new. Even though it says used in the description and the photos and all that stuff, people still just see that white item and they think it's new. And they're like, oh, typically a new one is $40. This one's only $18. I'm going to get it. And then they're disappointed that it's used. So I recommend using a gray background. I have sticky tile that I use as a background on a table and my wall. I have those available in my Amazon store as well. Those work really great. It's a really accurate representation of the item that they're buying with a nice gray background. But you got to do what's best for you and your business. I know that's a really touchy subject here. So due to protect yourself, there's not enough room in the title space to put in the description. Yeah, so you said the thing is, resellers buy it, then try to get it free by saying it is not as described. What can you do to protect yourself? There's not enough room in the title space to put in the description. Yeah, scams happen. They happen at less than a 0.2% rate. So if you sell 1,000 items, if you sell like 10,000 items, you will truly get scammed maybe 6 or 7 times. And as a business owner, you just have to unfortunately accept that and write it into your business and don't let $70 worth of returns hold you back from making $40,000. I know that's not a popular answer, but that is the answer that can really help you guys in your businesses. Sarah says, I like your approach of encouraging people to be positive, show up consistently, etc. We control our success. Have you read Carolyn Dweck's book, Mindset? Hey, thank you so much for that compliment. That's what I try to do. I have not read that book. I'll write it down because I like to read books of that nature. So thank you very much. Mindset by Carolyn. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. You get money for heart. Yep. American Arbitrage says, what's up? Hey, man. American Arbitrage lives not too far from me, and I'm sure most of you know who he is. He has a YouTube channel. He does a lot of flipping of cards and such, and he also sells other stuff too. Really cool guy. I haven't met him in person yet, but we're planning on doing something together soon, so stay tuned for that. Have you used the AI tool that eBay added to their description listing? I haven't, but I do use AI to come up with better titles for my YouTube channel. I usually don't use the generated title from AI, but I usually use it as a foundation and tweak it from there. But no, nothing on eBay yet. Oh, I also have bought Amazon. I also have an Amazon business account, but not quite sure how to get that store started. Yeah, so mine's a little different. It's called the Influencer Amazon Associates store, where you have to have, I think you're talking about the affiliate link store. Mine's a little different. You have to have a social following via TikTok or Amazon or Facebook. I think for YouTube, it's a minimum of like 150K views or something like that. Because when I had 3,000 subscribers, I tried to sign up for it, but I still wasn't big enough yet. But then when I had like 4,500, I was big enough. And so I think it had to do with views. Hey, Carrie. Yep. Talking to Arbitrage. Oh, I said, hey, and Siri popped up wondering what was up. That's funny. Listing items while I watch, love the content. Hey, thank you so much. That is the best way to enjoy a live like this. If you guys want to put my previous lives up while you guys are listing or sleeping, it's a really great way to support your favorite YouTuber. Not that I'm your favorite YouTuber. You can do that on your other channels that are favorite. Hi, Andy. Hi, Jake. Hey, guys. What's going on? Let's have a good time. Have you had experiences in local pickups on eBay? If you have, how to go? Yeah. I sold a Marantz cassette player from a guy that lives like 7 minutes away from me. I didn't think that like I would have a ton of these experiences living in a town with about 70,000 people, but I sold that. I also sold a Coco Motion locally, and I sold a baseball bat locally, and all three of them went great. I just followed the process that eBay lays out on their website, and it went great for me. I saw that about the baseball card. That was great. Yep. J-Ride Flips, what number of items sold in a week would you recommend to use as a eBay listing service? I'm not sure if I understand that question. What number of items sold in a week would you recommend the use of an eBay listing? Oh, are you talking about having like a third party from like Fiverr do listings for you? I wouldn't recommend that at all. If I'm understanding your question correctly, I would stay away from third-party listings because they don't always do them correctly. They're doing them for super cheap. And I had an experience with eBay on a return. It was like a pretty complicated return about a camera that the buyer was trying to like scam me. But eBay had their back and my back, and then they asked me, hey, do you have a third party list for you whatsoever? And I said, no, I list all my items. And they're like, okay, there's been some circumstances where when third parties get involved, it gets a lot more complicated. So eBay doesn't want you to use those third parties off of OfferUp or Fiverr. You can at your own discretion. Like you can do whatever you'd like in your business. But my official recommendation is to get an in-person employee to come and list your items for you under your watch and under your parameters. But yeah, those Fiverr guys can get you into some trouble sometimes. If that was your question. If not, ask it again and I'll try to understand it. That was a good example about the baseball. Yeah, that's one way to really find out what something is worth. I have a 100-year-old banjo that I have been putting off listing due to shipping. Any suggestions, best practices on shipping something like that? Yeah, it's going to be really difficult and expensive. So I would use a ton of bubble wrap, and I would go to a music store and ask them for a guitar box, or go through their dumpster to get a guitar box, and it's going to make the process a lot easier. But yeah, shipping something like that's going to be a beast. Once you think you have enough bubble wrap, double that, and then you'll be good to go. And especially because eBay fees on like men's clothing. This isn't like, don't directly quote me on this. I know it's around 13%. And then most handheld electronics are around like 9%, but musical instruments are like 3 or 4%. So feel free to use as much bubble wrap as needed, because you have even more margin because they take less on musical instruments. Also, lots of shirt companies split the half cut tags at factory rejects. Yeah, a lot of times it's a way for them to see shirts that have holes or defects or things like that as well. Yeah, I made it live. Thanks for coming, Sandra. That's awesome. Just became top rated seller and use top rated plus on all listings now. It seems being top rated is helping quite a bit. Sales are picking up. Seems more views are occurring. Yep. And it makes logical sense. If you can prove to the platform that you're a better seller than average, they're going to give you more traffic and more premium customers as well. Yes. Like button. Guys, I'm loving these simple ones. This is awesome. Wow, I definitely didn't know that eBay might hide my listings for being too low. Yeah, it's true. It's something new that they recently do. Because one of the ways that I get inventory is I look up items that are priced too low. And like literally like 10 days ago or so, I started noticing that I have to do that additional click. So yeah, they're hiding listings that are too low. Someone was just commenting that on my channel the other day as well. How do you handle returns when the buyer says it wasn't what they thought it was? You just accept it. If you want to be super successful in this business, you have to accept returns. That's just the climate of e-commerce right now. And it's what Target does. It's what Walmart does. It's what Dollar Tree does. If we want to be really successful, we just have to understand the human psychology of buyers. And some people will return items for any reason, and we just got to mark it down as our business. Don't let $70 of returns stop you from making thousands of dollars. Hi, do you always promote your listings? If yes, what percentage? Thanks. Yep, I promote every single one of my listings at 2.6%. It doesn't matter what it is. If it sells fast or slow, I still put it up for 2.6. Question on shipping with quantity. Sorry guys, I'm having a little bit of allergies in my left eye, so I'm going to try my hardest not to touch it. Discipline, let's go. I have 80 light switch covers. One weighs 12 ounces for first class. If someone buys more than one, so it's now more than a pound, how do I set up shipping setting to manage this? Man, that's pretty hard to answer on a live, but you can just combine all of them into an invoice and then put it on a weight scale and then just ship it calculated priority. Because if they're buying 7 of them at a time, shipping is going to be like more expensive to you because you have to ship a few more items, but like you're going to make way more money selling in multiple quantities. So I hope that made sense. Best way to take a break for longer than a week on eBay without dying. You're not gonna like this answer. Don't do it. But here's the deal: getting back into eBay's good graces doesn't take that long either. So if you take a break for a week, expect to list for a week straight and not see too many awesome results either. But after that, you should be good to go. So the best way to take a break for longer than a week is to just understand that you're not going to have great sales, but they'll rebound when you get back to work. What is a good number to list daily for a part-time seller? It depends how much you make per item and how much you want to make. And it depends on your bills and your lifestyle and all that. So tough question to answer, but Yeah, it's just a really tough question to answer. Like if you're trying to pay bills in California, get to less than 40. If you're in a small town in Alabama, you can probably get away with 2 or 3 items a day. Just depends on your goals. Bro, I need combined shipping video. I lost a sale because I was dang near clueless. Yeah, I'll do a video for you guys on combined shipping. Super hard to explain over a live, so I'll make a full video on it. Just at top rated, mass update all listings to top rated plus qualifications. Also put all listings at 2.6% promoted rate. A lot more views and sales are occurring, just my experience. Yep. That's awesome, man. Where'd you get that 2.6%? I'm just kidding. People always ask me why 2.6%, and there's really not a ton of reasoning behind it. But we got Hollywood97 with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. It says, loving the channel, J-Ride. Hey, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. Those are awesome. Jeez Louise. Okay. It says, is there a way I can contact you with my questions regarding my Shopify, Amazon, and eBay account? Yeah, just know I'm a super busy guy, and I get, for only having 5,000 subscribers, I get way more questions on my email than I thought I would, but I'm always happy to try to help out as much as I can. So you can find my email on my channel banner and in my like about me description or something like that. It's jrideflips@gmail.com. You can ask me anything you want there. People reach out to me on Instagram, and I'm a bit slower to get back to them there, but email is the best way to contact me. I had a few listings today with eBay changing my listing price. It seems to want to change to the prevailing price. I've never experienced that or heard that, so you may want to call eBay directly, because I've never heard of eBay changing someone's price before. I have 2.3K sales, got scammed once so far. Yeah, almost 2,300 sales, got scammed once. So yeah, it's about 1 to 2%. Honestly, it's a little less than, in that instance, it's 0.2%. In my experience, I've been scammed, like, it depends on what you consider like scamming, because like fraudulent returns happen here and there, and then straight up scams, super, super uncommon. People really build those out to be more than they are. Man, Dragon Hero has made it to almost every single one of my lives. So thank you so much for that. That sounds kind of weird saying that. Every one of my lives, my live streams. Just hit me with a $10 super chat that says, you help so much. You deserve all the super chats. Hey, thank you so much. Man, you guys are sweet. Veal asked a lot of questions and says, thanks. Thank you so much for asking the questions. I'm happy to help whichever way I can, guys. Is Gant a good shirt brand? Yeah, I've heard about Gant. I've never found it, but I'll do a live. Here, I'll finish your question, and I'll do a live lookup real quick. Is Gant a good shirt brand? This shirt I found for $1 that looks amazing, LOL, but even after watching you, I still stink at clothing listings, LOL. So let's see. So how I would do that is I would look up Gant shirt. So there are 7,100 listed. I'm going to go to pre-owned. So now we're at 5,700 listed. I'm going to go to sold, and there's 1,400 listed. So not the best sell-through rate, but for clothing, it is pretty decent. And I'm seeing shirts sell for $25 plus shipping, $38 plus shipping, 21, 10, 10, 20, 21, 31, 50. Yeah, I would pick that up. So depending on what the shirt is, the style and stuff, it looks like that's going to sell for at least $20, maybe 25, maybe 30 if it's the right style. And if you have a better listing and better shipping and return policies than your competition, it's gonna be one of the 1,400 that sell, in my opinion. So yeah, I'd pick up Gant. I like that one. The Mindset Mentor podcast is life-changing. He has a positive outlook on life, like you, that want to help people. Yeah, I'm gonna say it, tell him blue in the face. Having a positive mindset really can change your life. And as I say that logically, I also understand empathetically that there are a lot of people out there that struggle, that have better situations than me, that have worse situations than me. It's not about other people's race in life. It's about your own. You know, there's a guy on here on YouTube that I really respect. He calls himself on YouTube the one-footed or one-legged flipper. I can't remember. But yeah, he's out here in a wheelchair without a foot, making thousands of dollars a month for himself. I have a lot of friends that came out to do summer sales with me who were judged by their appearance, who just grinded harder than everyone else and made a ton of money. A lot of my friends are from broken families, don't know their fathers, some of them don't know their mothers. There's a lot of really crummy situations in this world, and there are some people, you know, that even have mental and physical illnesses that hold them back, but just having a positive mindset in your own situation can make your own situation better, no matter what your situation is. So I'm really empathetic to people that don't have the means that me or others may have, but I promise, specific to your situation, the more positive you are, the better your specific situation will be. And the more negative you are, unfortunately, the more negative your situation is going to be. So thanks for that. It was awesome. Hi, everyone. LSU stands for Louisiana State University. I list on eBay, but more like a hobby. Welcome, LSU mom, Joe Burrow. Here's a quick story. I went knocking in Covington, Louisiana, just north of the Bay of New Orleans. And I was knocking on a Saturday and a Sunday. And on that Sunday, there was a Saints game. And I only knocked on 4 doors because all 4 of the doors, the second that I knocked, I'm from Utah. LSU mom knows exactly what I'm about to say. The second that I knocked on those 4 doors, all 4 of them said, "Who dat?" knocking at my door. And I was not welcome in that neighborhood knocking during a Saints game. I can tell you that. It was awesome. Who are your favorite YouTubers to listen to? So I got into eBay reselling, like most guys my age, via Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. He's more entertainment when it comes to eBay flipping than I would say education. He's very awesome and skilled when it comes to building a brand, and he's a very, very talented guy. Gives a lot of good educational stuff. But when it comes to like eBay, I'd say he's more entertainment value than educational value. So I started doing mug life, like he says, and that led me to Daily Refinement, Chris Lynn, and Osborne to Thrift. So I'd say those 2 are the ones that taught me most about how to sell on eBay, aside from eBay and Google. And then the ones that I currently like right now, I really like Marcus Dixon at Dixon's Pickens. Wow, I said that right the first time. I usually stutter over that. I've really been, when I first got into eBay, I watched a lot of the Nurse Flipper. I haven't, and then I stopped watching her stuff for a while. I don't know why. And I've just recently gotten back into the Nurse Flipper, and I've really been enjoying her channel. I really like, what's it called? Commonwealth Picker and Flipper. I love his channel. There's a lot of really good eBayers out there that I like. Jared Flips, yes, a listing service where you send the pictures, etc., and they create the listing for you. Yeah, Chris Kaysen, I would advise against that. I've just had other people that have done this and that I follow and talk to say they have overall negative experiences with that. But you can try it out and see if it works for you and your business. Is there a way to still sell your good items fast without promoting them? How can you beat other users listing and promoting? Yeah, just list them and they'll sell. You don't need promoted listings to sell items. They just help. So like if I go into my traffic page right now, which I kind of hard to get to and I don't really want to, but typically more than half of the items that I sell are through organic listings, which means they weren't promoted to get sold. And then the other half or so are promoted. So like I'm selling, let's see, 3,000 times 4, hoping for a boost in Q3 and Q4. I'm planning on selling around 15,000 items this year, and about 8,000 or 9,000 of them will sell without a promoted listing. So just put them up without a promoted listing, especially if you're a small store. You don't need promoted listings, but they definitely, I do recommend them, but they are not needed to sell an item. How can I sell my used panties for big bucks? You can't. It's illegal to sell used underwear online. J Ride Flips. Nope, you answered it. Thank you. I was curious. Thanks, man. Do you have any tips for title structure and category selection when listing unisex shoes, sneakers? This question probably applies to clothing also. Many brands have male and female sizes on the shoe box. Yeah, so I list shoes the same way I list clothing, and I put the male and female size in there. So if I had some Adidas running shoes, you bear with me 1 second. I'll go grab a pair of shoes and I'll show you guys how I would list them. Don't click away unless you want to. I'm just showing people how I would list my shoes on eBay. Okay. Oh, wow. A lot of you didn't click away. Good job. There was 117 when I left, 114 when I got back. So these are my own personal pair of shoes. They're the Nobles. So the way I would list them is I would list Noble shoes, men's 10, women. So I would put M10, W8, black runners, and then my keywords. So it would be Noble shoes, M10, W8, black gum sole, and then all the good old keywords that I would use. So that's how I do shoes. Hello from fellow business in Japan. Sweet. Appreciate your honest and useful content. Every day is a grind, but you boost motivation to get things done. Do you run many eBay stores or just one store with 3K? Yeah, I just have my one store. It gets really clunky when you have too many stores. And also eBay kind of sees multiple stores under the same social security number as a way to circumvent fees. So sometimes they give you less traffic when you have multiple stores. So I just have my one store and it currently has like 2,130 items or something like that. Dragon Hero said, you said that you only accept returns if they ship it back though, right? How does the process work exactly? What if they never ship it back? Does eBay help you out on that end ever? Yeah, so I don't give partial refunds. If they want a refund, they have to send it back to me. And if they refuse to send it back to me, then they don't get their money back. And then sometimes they leave negative feedback, and I've never had an issue with that until like 3 months ago. For 2 months, it happened to me like 6 times in a month. It was wild. People bought my items and then said, these don't work. And I said, okay, sweet, just send them back. And then they never did. And they left me negative feedback. And so I called eBay and I said, hey, I offer free returns. And I'm even willing, if it saves the negative feedback, I'll refund them their money right now. I don't care. And they're like, no, they have to send the item back to get the feedback removed. So it was really weird for 2 months. And now they've lightened up again. But yeah, it was an interesting experience there for a second. Can you explain the calculated shipping reason for labeling boxes 12 by 12 by 12? We are following eBay's estimate for shipping, then change it back to the real dimensions before shipping. Confusing. Yeah, honestly, I wish I never made this video because people get really confused by it for some reason. So this is a huge item. It weighs, I think, 41 pounds. And the current dimensions of it are 19 by 10 by 24. Big and heavy. So if I put that into eBay with calculated priority, 41 pounds, 10 by 19 by 24, and it shipped out to New York, it would probably be $138 for shipping. And no one's going to pay that. I don't think anyone should pay that. What happens is they just get overcharged for calculated shipping because it's really expensive. And we get a huge discount with eBay sellers. So it's not going to cost us $138. But when you put it 12 by 12 by 12, it lowers the shipping all the way down to about $70, which is still high, but it's reasonable. And then they buy it. And then when you print out the shipping label, you put it to its actual measurements, which is 10 by 19 by 24. And it still ends up being less than $70 that they paid. So instead of them having to pay 140 items and just skipping over your item with a middle finger to you, they actually buy your item for $70. And then you're able to be very honest. There's nothing unhonest about this whatsoever. It just gives them a discount. And then you ship it using the correct dimensions. And it still, in this example, would probably end up being like $51, which is under the $70. The reason why I do 12 by 12 by 12 is it gives the buyer a discount and encourages them to buy my item and gives them an actual good deal, unquote. Hope that answered your question. This is Hollywood97 super chat of $10. She gave it a while ago. Says loving the channel. Thank you so much for that. You guys are so awesome. Gina says, can you do buyer pay shipping and still do pirate ship? Yep. And how? You just download Pirate Ship and then you import all your data from eBay into Pirate Ship. It's really easy. You click a button and you sign in, and then it imports all the data for you, and you just print it off exactly as you would if you were on eBay. So just go to pirateship.com, and they have a ton of videos that teach you exactly how to do it, and it's really simple. You think I should sell them Barbie's shoes a pair? I don't understand your question. You think I should sell them Barbie's shoes a pair? I don't know what that means. Are you asking if you should sell their shoes separately? Yeah, if the shoes separately are worth money, then yes. You already know I got that 2.6% from you. Oh yeah. Lost a good Jordan sell today due to the authenticity shipping. The buyer wanted them faster. Has that ever happened to anyone else? Yep, it happens. Some people just want them really quickly, but the authenticity program is a good program that helps buyers and sellers. So yeah, just part of business. I'm Dragon Hero with the $10 super chat. You help so much. You deserve all the super chats. Thank you so much. You're awesome, Dragon Hero. Dragon Hero's been to, if not all of my lives, he's maybe only missed one. So cool guy. Also, did you get that work truck figured out? Last time I did a live, you said that your work truck was broken down on the side of the road. Please do a video on feedback. It is important to comment. Also, what about being a buyer? There aren't any videos that explain that very well. So I have a video that's titled "The 5 Things I Wish I Knew Before Selling on eBay or Sooner" or something like that. And the first tip that I go over is feedback, how to get it, and stuff like that. So if you want to go look at that video, it's on my channel. I think it's the 5 tips I wish I knew earlier. I think that's what it's called. I just shared you on my Facebook account. Maybe we'll add to those subscribers. Hey, thank you so much. That's awesome. That is one of the best ways to support your favorite YouTuber or anyone on YouTube is external clicks from Facebook and Reddit and Google really help the video. Like YouTube loves that traffic coming in, and they can tell where the link came from. So like if I posted my video in a Facebook community, they would see that it came from me, and they would appreciate the traffic that came from it. But if you in Indiana or Hawaii or whatever you are with a different IP address than me post it on a Facebook and those people come in, YouTube really likes that. So thank you. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. It'd be cool to see more thrift store speed run videos. That's how I found you. Yeah, you probably found me from the this is the welcome to the jungle. It is my thrift store. I want to do more of those videos, so I'll get them going. I just hit top rated the other day as well, so I'm going to change my return policy. Yep, it's really awesome to hear you guys hitting top rated seller. That's awesome. Good for you guys. 1 Foot Flipper, he's a G. Yep. Yeah, videos are good. I've been watching all of your videos and lives, started listing 5 things every day, and our sales are coming back. Thank you for encouraging us all the time. Hey, gosh, I love to hear that. Thank you guys so much. I made this channel to make money and to really help people out. So I really love hearing that you guys are actually going. Yes. Oh man, LSU mom, gotta love that. Speak positive over your life. Your ears can hear you. Exactly. Love it. I watch the Nurse Flipper. She gives great information as well. Yep, Nurse Flipper is awesome. Holy cow. I like to watch Lavender Clotheslines is also. Never heard that. I'll look that up. Lavender. Sorry, I'm putting in my notes here. Lavender Clothesline. That's why I stopped selling hard items like that on eBay. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. It was probably a question long ago. Sorry. So the only issue I have is I did the 12 by 12 by 12 trick, and after the purchase, I changed it back to normal dimensions, and I got charged more than they paid. That's never happened to me. You may have done too light. You got to make sure that you also put in the weight of the package. So just make sure that if it's 48 pounds, you put 48 pounds, or if it's 6 pounds, you put 6 pounds. Because what he said isn't accurate. The calculated shipping is near correct. UPS charges ridiculous amounts over 108 inches. Yep. Over 36 inches. Yeah, so 12 times 12 times 12, 108. Yep. Yes, separately on the Barbie item to avoid reseller scamming. I don't know what you're talking about the reseller scamming, but yeah, just sell items on eBay and you're not going to get scammed very often, I promise. Do you apply that philosophy of truncating, abbreviating the title beyond male to M and women's to F beyond unisex shoes? I abbreviate. Yeah, just whatever fits in the title. eBay is a $1 billion algorithm that knows how to service customers. So just do what eBay tells you, and yeah, if you put in common phrases, eBay will understand the common phrase and will serve your listings to the customers. I do something similar on shipping. When you put the dimensions 12 by 12 by 12, I simply use a flat rate. I especially do this on golf clubs and anything else that I ship UPS. Yep. I got towed back. It was a crap day, not as bad as last night. Got a flat on my personal car on the same tire I just replaced from the flat last week. Oh, dude, that sucks, Dragon Hero. Dude, it comes in waves. So just endure this wave, and then it's going to recede back, and you're going to have some peace and some money come in, and then the wave will come right back. So just be ready for it. This is awesome. I've watched some of your videos, but this is the first live I've been a part of with you. Hey, thank you so much for coming out. It's awesome that you're here. With slower sales and eBay wanting to daily list, should I just list less if my inventory is growing too large for my storage availability? Yeah, you shouldn't list past your storage constraints, or if you're selling a good amount, then you can expand your storage via a shed or a storage unit or things like that. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure you have space to breathe and all that stuff. So I'd probably slow down a little bit. You don't always have to grow on eBay. Once you're making a good amount of money, you can just maintain 500 or 2,000 or 5,000, however many items it takes for you to make a comfortable living and a profit margin and market that you're happy with. Yes, would really like to see in the wild picking up items. Yeah, people really like those videos. Oh, hi, it's my dog. Hi, Scouty Bing. Did you just bust through the door? Scout is a fan favorite. Smash that like button, folks. Hey, thanks so much, Mark. Donovan says, I enjoy these videos as I found you through Daily Refinement. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I did. It was a blue line, LOL. It was only 9-pound package. Yeah, the VCR. Do you do all the buying for your store yourself, no employees? Yeah, that's the hardest thing to teach is, like, I guess you can call it like discernment. Like, it's hard to teach someone because, like, not every item within a brand sells. So you can't just say pick everything up from this brand. It's hard. It's harder to teach to buy than it is to list and all that stuff. So I do all the buying. How important are followers for sales? Not important whatsoever. eBay's algorithm is really good at serving items to its customers. So you don't need followers to sell items whatsoever. Follow up on the 12 by 12 by 12 question. Why does the potential buyer believe he will be charged 140 when he will automatically be charged 70? Oh my goodness, I suck at explaining this. If you put the true dimensions then eBay will tell the buyer this is $140 to ship. But if you put 12 by 12 by 12, it will say 70. So if you put 24 by 19 by 10 and someone in New York tries to buy my item, it will say this is the price plus $140 shipping, and no one in their right mind would buy that. But if it's 12 by 12 by 12, it will say $70 shipping. But if it's more than 12 by 12 by 12, the shipping quote will be ridiculous because it's a huge item. I really hope that made sense. Do you have a video going over how to set up shipping rates? Yep, I have a video about calculated shipping and flat rate shipping. And I have a video saying to stop using free shipping. So yeah, just type in JRide eBay shipping and all three of those videos should come up. Or you can just go to my channel and look at my previous videos. How many items are in your store? 21 to 2,200. Good evening from Ontario, Canada. Love Canada. Thanks for coming. Hey, JRide, have you seen the AI description writer yet? Seem to be available to me on mobile, but not on laptop. Yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't used it yet, but it seems like it could be cool. I moderate for some Disney live streaming vlogging YouTube channels. One channel has over 1 million subscribers. You may want to consider having a chat moderator as your channel grows. Yeah, I'm already looking into that to get in. I mean, there's a bunch of regulars here that like the channel that I could make moderators, but yeah, it'll definitely need to be moderated soon. We'll see. But I haven't had too many haters or spammers, so that's good. Hey, thanks for telling me about the Blue Line VHS. Yeah, of course. I'm getting money. I have weird sales, 5 one day, then 0, then 10. Is summer slowing affecting my daily consistency? Yeah, could be. There's so many different factors that affect that you just gotta keep listing every day, growing your business every day. If you judge your business day by day, you're going to have a really stressful life. But if you look at it year over year, you're going to be really thankful that you kept listing. Are there brands you can't sell on eBay? Yeah, there's a ton of them. eBay has a Vero list that you can look up on Google. And there's a lot of brands that don't want you selling their stuff. And there's some brands that say you can't sell new items because of warranties and things like that. So you just got to Google it and see which ones aren't. So if you sell something on eBay that you're asking a certain percentage, do you also have to add in shipping to your cost? I'm sorry to do. All right, let me see if I can understand that. So if you sell something on eBay and you're asking a certain percentage, do you also have to add in shipping to your cost? I'm not understanding your question, but let me see if I can interpret it slightly. So if you're aiming for a certain profit percentage, do you have to factor in shipping costs? Yeah, for sure. So if you want to make 20% margin on an item and it sells for $10 plus shipping, you have to factor in the shipping into that. And if it sells for $10 without shipping, free shipping, then you're going to have even less margin. So you have to factor in all those. How can you reap the benefits of your payouts with minimal eBay fees? Do the weekly payout options on eBay's take your profits if you request immediate payment? Yeah, if you do immediate payment, they take like a small percentage because they do it because it's a service to get it to you fast. But you can have payouts every single day, and it doesn't cost you any additional fees. But yeah, it doesn't matter when you get your money. It's not going to affect how much you get. Just if you want to maximize your profits, then you should get payouts every day and immediately invest your money into the stock market or real estate. So that way, if you're making money more often, you can put it to work for you. But if it's sitting in eBay's bank, eBay has it invested in, in the stock market and things like that. And so they're making money off the interest when you could be. But that's another step in business, is having enough money to actually invest. Can you discuss volume discounts? Does it work for one-offs or only for an item that has multiple quantities? No, it works for everything. If people buy multiple things from your shop, then you can just send them an invoice with an updated shipping cost. Hi, awesome lives. Hey, thank you so much. Very cool. I'll give those shipping videos a look. Hey, thank you so much, Donovan. Hi, I love your videos. I schedule listings out, but you mentioned a draft bank. What is the difference? It's the exact same thing. One's just automatic, one isn't. And how big of a draft bank is needed? I list 10 items per day. So it just depends on your lifestyle and your consistency. I recommend having about 10 days. So I list 25 items a day, and so I have about 250 drafted. So that's 10 days worth. But if you're super consistent, then you probably need only a week or 5 days. But I'd say anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks is a good place to be. Definitely want to be a moderator, bro. Yeah. Once the channel gets a little bit bigger, I'll be looking for those. Where do you pick your stuff for sales? Do you go to thrift stores or used stores? Yeah, I go to thrift stores and garage sales. Quick way to get your money on a sale is getting that package to the mailbox. Yeah, you gotta ship out the items to make the money. So you pay for the shipping, then get reimbursed, or does the customer pay for the shipping? So if you sell an item for $10 plus $5 shipping, the customer gives eBay $15, and then eBay takes their 10 to 15%. And so you get $9. And then with that $9 that you have, you go buy a shipping label and you're left with $3 to $5. Hope that made sense. What is your 90-day sell-through percentage? It's slowed down a bit. Right now I have 2,100 items and I've sold 1,700 over the last 90 days. So my sell-through rate is 0.85%. And then during quarter 3, quarter 4 and quarter 1 is well over 1%. During quarter 4, it gets crazy. I'm usually selling close to 1.6 or 1.8%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have 1,000 items, that means you're selling 19 a day, which is awesome. I buy a lot of Christmas stuff. What do you think about listing it if it slows now because it's June? If I throw it up on eBay, will it slow my store down? Yes and no. If you have a death pile, you can list more seasonal items, but if you don't have a ton of product, you can just put it up now. It's not going to slow you down a ton. But if you have a ton of product, then you can just put it towards the back. Just don't fall in love with never listing it. But if you don't have a ton of items and you want to list consistently, just list it all. I have found June to be my slowest month. How about you? Yeah, so just statistically, that's how it goes. More people spend money in Q3 and Q4 because of Christmas and the holidays, so they're spending money for other people. During quarter 1, they're spending money on themselves because they just barely got their tax return. And then quarter 2 is historically the lowest for online sales because there's not a huge reason to buy things, and more people are doing more traveling, so they're spending less money on retail and things like that. So yeah, summer is historically slower for e-commerce, but there's ways to combat that by getting seasonal items that sell. Love the lives. You're such a nice young man. You remind me of my son. You are definitely a blessing to those trying to be the best at eBay. It's helped me so I could retire at least partially. Hey, that's awesome. Love to hear that. Your son sounds like a cool guy. Yeah, I love to hear that that I'm helping you retire. I actually am flirting around with making a video called The Best Side Hustle for People in or Going into Retirement. So I'm doing some research. We'll see if it does well. Do you hire someone to do all your listings? Did they already know how to list, or did you have to hire them? So I have a few. I have one employee that comes in every day, and then I have 2 other employees that will work 3 months for me here and then go off to college, or 3 months for me here and then go off and do something. But I do all the listing and buying, and then my employees do all the prepping and shipping. And I've just recently taught my main employee how to do listing for clothing only. And I trained them how to do that. They did not know how to do that before. Is it bad to sell a lot of different things in your store, or better to niche down and stay in one category like clothing? Yeah, whatever you want to do. I sell everything, and I think I'm doing a great job. But there's also benefits of niching down too. It's just whatever you think is best for your business and whatever can be proven to make you more money. Went to a hoarder sale, picked up 50 to 100 vintage model kits. Some were sealed, had to rescue from a moldy environment. Ever had any experience like this? I stand to make a nice profit, but really dug. I don't know what kits, model kits. Are those like little sea boats and motorcycles? That's what comes to mind to me. Yeah, just look them up on eBay and sell them. All of the information you need is within the eBay app. Just look up the model or the brand or the name and go to eBay sold. Then look what others have sold for it and the condition that you have and price them accordingly. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge. You're helping a lot of people. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Sweet, guys. There's 112 of you here. We've been going for an hour and 11 minutes. And I just made it to the end of the questions and comments. That this has been really cool so far. If you guys want to ask me a few questions, go ahead. But I also wanted to share that I will be starting a podcast within YouTube. The first podcast will be going live Wednesday night, and then I plan on just doing one podcast every Wednesday. That will be for channel members only, so different from subscribers. I'm going to pump out awesome free information almost daily on my YouTube channel. But then for those who would really like to support the channel or get some in-depth mindset and psychology value, I'm going to be making a podcast for members only. And I'm just making that available to any member, whether you sign up for the $2.99 a month, the $6.99 a month, whatever the tiers are. Anyone that wants to sign up for the podcast can do so. We're going to start those this Wednesday. It's in the description below. You just click on the link and you're able to sign up to become a member. And members at any level are eligible for the podcast. So if you guys want to do that, that'd be really awesome. I'm able to make more money and give more free value to everyone else, because I want to get to a point where right now I'm doing more eBay than YouTube, and I want to get to a sweet spot where it's 50% YouTube, 50% eBay, and I'm able to just make a ton of videos, a ton of value for you guys. So the podcast will really help in that. So yeah, if you want to sign up for that, go ahead. We just got a few more questions here and I'll get on my way. So do you FT sellers recent PT sellers? I hope not. I have no idea what those acronyms mean. Full-time, part-time. Hi, do full-time sellers resent part-time sellers? I hope not. No, I love both. eBay is an incredible opportunity where you can work 10 hours a day at your full-time job and then come and make the exact same amount of money in 2 hours. It's awesome. So I embrace full-timers, part-timers, hobbyists, retirees, young kids that are 14 going to garage sales on Saturdays. eBay is for everyone, and it's amazing. Awesome. I agree. Daily Refinement and his friend Tech and Sports are very good as well. Yeah, they're really good. They're top tier at what they do. We do. Let me see. I think Ronald McDonald is saying that full-timers resent part-timers. I disagree with you. At least this full-timer doesn't. Just started trying eBay's AI thing for descriptions. I personally like it, but think it's probably more beneficial for typical women's apparel items than normal guy stuff. Very long paragraphs. Yeah. I read somewhere, don't quote me on this, and I can't find it again, but I think that like 6% of eBay buyers click past the third photo, and only like 18% of eBay buyers read the description. So most people look at the first picture and then get on their way. So, Ronald, are you being serious? Why wouldn't you do full-time, Missy? Because maybe she has kids. Maybe she has a full-time job that makes more money than eBay, and maybe she just likes to do it as a hobby. Why have you done eBay your full-time your whole life. Why would you do anything else? I don't understand why there's hate. I totally support eBay. I shop eBay for many things. Yeah, eBay's awesome. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm a Resell It. He has a YouTube channel. Really good stuff. Everyone go check him out. He's a cool guy. He isn't in my area, but he was real close to me for a second. We tried to link up, but it just didn't work out. But he has some really cool stuff on his channel, so go check him out. Hi, I love the content. Have been tuning in a lot. I'm also a decently big seller, but still do it part-time. I buy a lot of film cameras, but never know how to test them out. Curious about what you do. Yeah, I have a ton of rolls of film, and I have the specialized batteries for them, and I just take pictures and see how they go. Hey, Jake. Hey, what's up? I'm a Resell It. Hello from Texas. Late to the party. No worries. Unfortunately, we're wrapping things up here, but thanks for making it out. Gina says, had the question about pirate ship already looked up there, but are the rates better than eBay? No, they're virtually the same. Sometimes you can save a little bit more money using Parcel Select, but that's a downgraded service from other services provided. So, you know, I started in 2002. I've been very part-time. Yeah, Missy, you do you. Don't listen to haters. Ronald McDonald, if he wants to do it full-time or part-time, that's up to him. If you want to do it full-time or part-time, that's up to you. All right, sweet. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for just coming to the live shows, asking me questions. I love it. Thanks for using my affiliate store to give me a little boost. Thanks for signing up for memberships. Thanks for the super chats. You guys are so awesome. I can't believe that people come and listen to me and that people would even donate money to my channel for just listening to some dude on YouTube. You guys are so awesome. So thank you so much. I'm going to continue to do a ton of live videos and a ton of regular videos on YouTube. Some people say I post too much and that I'm going to burn out. Don't believe them. You guys have never met anyone like me before. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. Have a great day.